Oh, yes. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Meishu Gakuen Hitachi Koto Gakko, Eikai wa Jugyo listening section. The online videos brought to you via YouTube because the school is shut down at the moment because of the pandemic that is going on. Today's lesson, or this video, is about the Yume wo Kanairu listening, Unit 4 content. It's your Tokubetsu no Kadai. You should have a printout, so get out your printout, get your pencil and your pen ready, and let's move on. So Unit 4 is talking about what will the person do next? Tsugi ni nani o shimasu ka? And the second conversation and the second problem in this unit is, how will they go? Do yatte ikimasu ka? Nani de ikimasu ka toka? And these kind of questions are very, very common in the Kyotsu Testo, in Eiken, in the Daigaku Nyushi Shiken exams. So let's really work hard at this. Now, Unit 4 is actually quite simple, so I'll move quickly. Before we do the problems, before we listen to the conversations, let's look at a little bit of grammar. Conversation number 1 is taking a school trip, ensokumai no hanashi. So it's father and a daughter are talking the night before the school trip. So you hear this word should. Now you know that should is used in conjunction when you're offering advice and so on. So in Japanese you might say nani nani shita hoga ii or nani nani subeki. So it's when you're giving advice or even your opinion about what someone needs to do, so to speak. So for example, now it's dangerous all over the world. There's a pandemic, so people are being asked to stay at home. So you should stay at home for the time being. Toriaizu ie ni denai hoga ii. Ie wo denai hoga ii. Kind of means so should and doshi no genkei. So please listen in the conversation. Then the next is have to. Okay, so these are both, how do you say, auxiliary verbs, or in Japanese, jodoshi. So shugo plus doshi, no aida jodoshi, should or have to. So here we have to, and have to is shinai to ikenai, matawa shinakareba narimasen. And to no ato ni kuru doshi wa shinai to ikenai koto desu. Okay, so you have to study. Benkyou shinasai. Well, that's a meilei, but benkyou shinai to ikenai. I have to study, and so on. So as an example, I have to be at home for the time being. Toriaizu ie ni inai to ikenai is in English, I have to be at home for the time being. So should and have to, please listen for those. The next one is but first. Nani 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 nani. But first. And that means demo sonomae ni. And this is very important. But first. No ato ni kuru bubun wa yoku shitsumo no kotae. So really, what will the girl do next? What will the girl do next? Usually the answer to such a problem comes after but first. So pay attention for that, please. Before we do that, I want you to actually look at these words and complete the sentences in your printout using these words. Leave late. Prepare her. Good idea. Have to eat. Field trip. Now, of course, このすべてのことの意味がわからない場合、辞書、電子辞書、LINE 通訳でも使ってください。And then use these words to complete the following sentences, which are in your printout. Thank you. Okay, the next section of this lesson is the problem, the listening section. So again, I want you to listen to the conversation and think, what will the girl do next? So she has 4 choices. Will she leave for her school trip? Will she eat breakfast? Will she make sandwiches? Or will she prepare her clothes? Now, if you don't know the meaning of these choices, please use your dictionary now.
You should be asleep by now. You have to leave the house early tomorrow morning because of your school field trip.
Okay, but first, I'll put all my clothes by my bed so I can get dressed quickly.
Good idea. I'll go and make you some sandwiches for tomorrow's lunch.
Thank you.
Question. What will the girl do next?
You should be asleep by now. You have to leave the house early tomorrow morning because of your school field trip.
Okay, but first, I'll put all my clothes by my bed so I can get dressed quickly.
Good idea. I'll go and make you some sandwiches for tomorrow's lunch.
Thank you.
Question. What will the girl do next?
The next problem is going to the airport. How are they going to go to the airport? Again, here are some words that you might need to understand before you listen to the conversation. Sora it's time to. Jitsuwa shtakanai, I'd rather not, he'd rather not toka. Suruhoga laku, it's easier to. That's nanti keyoshino hikakuku, easy, easier. A yuri B moga benli da. Okay, so benli is convenient. So convenient in the hikakuku mode is more convenient. So these words, you'll hear them in the conversation. They might be useful for you to remember, and they always are in listening tests for university entrance exams. Good luck, guys. Before that, again, use these words to complete the sentences in your printout. It's time, rather not, more convenient, guess, luggage. And here are the sentences. Living near school is than living far away. I think to study for exam. I'd go to Tokyo right now. Oh no, I left my on the bus. You're going to stay in a hotel. So complete the sentences using these words. Woo. Okay. Listen. These are the choices and the question. How will they get to the airport? Will they take an express train? Will they ride in a taxi? Taxi ni noru. Will they catch a bus? Densha ni noru. Will they take their car? Kuruma de iku ka. Okay, so please listen to the conversation twice.
Our flight leaves in 2 hours. It's time to go to the airport.
Okay, I'll put our luggage in the car.
I'd rather not park our car at the airport. It'll be easier to take a taxi. I'll have one come to the house. It's more convenient than the train or bus.
I guess you're right.
Question. How will they get to the airport? Our flight leaves in 2 hours. It's time to go to the airport.
Okay, I'll put our luggage in the car.
I'd rather not park our car at the airport. It'll be easier to take a taxi. I'll have one come to the house. It's more convenient than the train or bus.
I guess you're right.
Question. How will they get to the airport?
Filling in the blanks. Again, you know what to do. It's the same old, same old. Every time it's the same. Listen, write. Listen and write. Okay? Luckily, this time, there is only one story for you to do the filling in the blanks to. So, you should be over in no time at all. And it's story number 1. So listen to the video as many times as you want, and then pause it as you need to.
You should be asleep by now. You have to leave the house early tomorrow morning because of your school field trip.
Okay, but first, I'll put all my clothes by my bed so I can get dressed quickly.
Good idea. I'll go and make you some sandwiches for tomorrow's lunch.
Thank you.
All right, so check your answers. Remember, use a red pen, don't cheat, and bring the printout to school and give to me when you come to school. The intake stage. You know the drill. Listen, repeat, listen, repeat, listen, repeat. If you can practice with a friend, do practice with a friend. But if you cannot practice with a friend safely, then don't. One of the best ways to practice is with a family member, or if you can use video chat or via telephone, the online free applications that are available these days. If you can't use any of these facilities, just practice at your own pace, on your own. But do try to practice. Listen, repeat, listen, repeat. Best of luck.
You should be asleep by now. You have to leave the house early tomorrow morning because of your school field trip.
Okay, but first, I'll put all my clothes by my bed so I can get dressed quickly.
Good idea. I'll go and make you some sandwiches for tomorrow's lunch.
Thank you. Our flight leaves in 2 hours. It's time to go to the airport.
Okay, I'll put our luggage in the car.
I'd rather not park our car at the airport. It'll be easier to take a taxi. I'll have one come to the house. It's more convenient than the train or bus.
I guess you're right.
All right, so as usual, the final challenge is just to convert some Japanese sentences into your English. They're based on the listening that you've done, so you should be able to easily translate these sentences. Okay, and remember, bring them to school and give them to me the next time you come to school. Now, as usual, in these dangerous times, I just want to say thank you very much for listening to this video or doing the listening section of the Eikai Wujugyo. Thank you very much for practicing, and thank you very much for trying, unless you didn't watch the video. And if you didn't, I'll know. All right, so seriously, thank you very much, and take care and goodbye. See you.